goes back to that old saying where they say you have to put on your own, oxygen mask before you can help somebody else on a plane. Just make sure you're locking in. You have your oxygen mask on for you first, guys. Do what you feel you need to do for you. And ultimately, if you're listening to this podcast and you're locked in every Monday, let me know what it is I need to do for you. Coffee Talk. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk, where the coffee's strong and the talk is real. It's Cannistraci, your host. Thank you for tuning in today. We are about a week and a half out from Thanksgiving. The holidays are here. They are approaching quickly. I actually can't believe, usually I say I can't believe a whole year has gone by, but this year, probably because of the tour, I really can't believe a whole year has gone by. I have been in just tunnel vision mode of get to the next place, get to the next city, get to the next show, film the next podcast. And I kind of feel like the whole year just went by, which is why I'm so grateful I had that little trip to Italy for 10 days with my dad and family because it was needed. I was at my breaking point. So that's kind of something I want to talk to you about a little bit today because I've said this before on the podcast from the very start of this podcast. This podcast is now a year and 2 months old. I think around December of last year, I did a podcast about how I didn't believe in New Year's resolutions, and I still don't because it's kind of like the same thing of waiting too long to take the trip you really needed to take, right? It's like, why wait? Do what you need to do for yourself now. And so I literally get back from Los Angeles the day before Thanksgiving, and I was like, I could still host and I was like, you know what? I can't do it. I want to go out for dinner. I want somebody to serve me. I don't even want to go to a family member's house because I don't want to clean their kitchen. But I do think that my sister-in-law did call me and she said, stop, don't be ridiculous. We'll do it small. We'll do it at my house. So I think that's where I'll be spending my holiday. But I have to be so real with you guys because I promise that I'm going to be real with you. And I don't want to upset anybody. I was just thinking about the podcast and how much time I spend on the podcast and what, I'm always, loving these solo conversations. I love bringing guests on. But again, I don't just pick random topics or pick random guests. I am always trying to cater to you guys. And I think I spent a lot of time doing that with the podcast. And I was wondering, is this the best use of my time? Am I really reaching people the way they want to be reached? And if not, perhaps I should find a new way to connect with people. Again, I'm not saying that I'm ending the podcast, but I am coming into a point where it is the end of the year. And although I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, it was my first year of a tour and it was my first full year with the podcast. And I'm reflecting. And I think that that's a good thing for all of us to do, is to reflect and say, one, am I doing what I want to do? Two, am I making the impact for me that I want to make? You have to remember something. Prior to comedy, I had a career being a school counselor. I've lived a life of service. Am I continuing that? Are these episodes really helping you guys? Some of them are just fun and entertaining, or maybe nostalgic, but am I talking about the real things that we're all going through? And is that what you want from me? Or do you want all comedy? So I'll make this brief. I love you guys. I want to continue Coffee Talk. I want to make sure it's in the trajectory it should be going. I want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I also want to make sure I find the balance with life in general, but with what I'm doing, creatively. So I need that answer from you guys. If you love the podcast, I've said it on previous episodes, more than just even sharing it now, and please rate, give it a fair rating. If you love it, let me know on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Write me a review, write a message in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. And if there's something in particular you want, also keeping in mind, if you haven't seen me at a show, please let me know that. Please let me know if I haven't come to the city where you are, because ultimately the point of this is connecting in person with you guys. So at the end of this year, I really need to decide what it is I want. I definitely want more trips or more days off. And I've never said that. And I'm not saying it in a way where I want to just be home for a day and not on my phone. I want more experiences in life. And I don't want to, wait for, January 1st, or, I don't want to wait till I'm at a breaking point to do the things that I want to do. And I do love doing this podcast, but I also need to be reminded of, is this the best platform for me with you guys? Because it's not just what you see now. It's not just me sitting on the couch with a cup of coffee. A lot goes into creating these and making these moments with you. And I'm here for it if it's what you want. I've always kind of been a people pleaser. And I get joy. I get a high from it. Like, people will come to my shows and be like, you know that you messaged me back, right? Or you responded to me. And I'm like, yeah, of course I did. You reached out to me. And I don't think I take even into consideration that I have 500,000 followers over platforms. And sometimes people don't think that they're going to get that real personal connection to me. And for as long as I can do it, I will do it. For as long as I can, I will do free meet and greets at my show. For as long as I can, I will do this podcast and talk about things you think are important, or I think are important to bring to you, or I will respond to you, to your comments, your DMs. It takes a lot of my time, but again, it's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to connect with you guys. So that being said, I want everything to be the best use of my time. And I want that for you guys. Listen, I think we all get caught up. I had a friend going through a crisis today, and I kind of panicked about how she was mentally. And I called another friend of mine who's close with her and who is in New York. I'm in LA. So I felt guilty that I couldn't be there for my friend and be accessible to her immediately. So I called a mutual friend, and she said, we all have things going on. And I'm like, yeah, we do. We all have things going on. But I want to make sure I'm there for people when they need me, and I want to make sure that I'm there for myself as well. So if you're going into Thanksgiving, and we all know how stressful and anxiety-inducing that could be, seeing relatives and working up until the day before and still having to host, so many different factors go into how we stress ourselves out with things around the holidays. Just take a minute to reflect the same way I did about the podcast on my tour. And, take a minute to reflect and just say to yourself, is this what I want to do? Is this the obligation I'm putting on myself that I don't need? Because let me tell you something. I would have been fine going to a really nice restaurant for Thanksgiving, even if it's just me, Mike, and my mom, my mother-in-law maybe, and just being served and not washing one dish. I know it's not the way we grew up, or it's, I'm not saying it's what I would do every year, but maybe if that's just what I needed this year, it's okay. I don't have to feel guilty that I didn't want to go, I didn't want to host 20 people at my house, or I didn't want to cook, or I didn't want to bring something to somebody else's. Like, I need to figure out what it is I need. I think that is something that you guys, we all need to do at a certain point. It's not being selfish, right? It's just taking a moment and going, what do I need right now? How am I going to serve myself? Goes back to that old saying where they say you have to put on your own, oxygen mask before you can help somebody else on a plane. Just make sure you're locking in. You have your oxygen mask on for you first, guys. Do what you feel you need to do for you. And ultimately, if you're listening to this podcast and you're locked in every Monday, let me know what it is I need to do for you. Do you love the podcast? Do you not like certain episodes? Do you like certain episodes more? Do you want me to continue? Would you like me to find other ways to reach you? Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, next week, I'm bringing on guests. I have so many exciting guests coming for you. I know it's been a lot of solos in a row, and I love the one-on-one time, but like I said, I put a lot of thought into who I have sitting in the chair across from me because I want to make sure they're reaching my audience. I want to make sure it's somebody you want to hear from or somebody you can get something from that you normally would have even thought you were able to take from. So I will have guests on the next couple weeks, and we'll ride this out till December 31st and figure out what our 2026 goals are together. Not New Year's resolutions, guys, just some reflection and some goals. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And all my shows are at tarajokes.com. Please come see me in person, or you can get your Coffee Talk mug and send me a picture. I love you. Have a great day. Coffee Talk.